Hi, welcome to Joy Phido International. My name is Joy Phido, and today, as usual, from what you can see, I'm in my typical African cultural attire. Now, we've done a few of these videos for you, and the responses are really coming out really great. What's exciting me is the fact that I'm able to inspire people are things that they were wondering whether we're going to find out what to do with this. Another interesting story was a lady who said she saw one of the videos, showed it to her stylist, and the lady was like, I can't believe someone's giving you these skills for free. Well, you know what we are like here, we like to share knowledge, and that's what I stand for all the time. I mean, I say to myself all the time, thank God for the knowledge and the skill that he gives me, and that's why I'm able to willingly share them. So today is another exciting episode, and we're gonna show you how I was able to create this amazing headgear, which we call the head tie or the Gele in Nigeria. So I did this fight to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to show you exactly the step-by-step on how I achieved this. But of course, it might change a little bit when we get into it, because what happens is sometimes when you're standing in front of the bigger mirror, you can do a lot with it, and now I'm standing in front of a really small mirror, and I usually take my time to pull and drag and, you know, glamorize it, let it look nice on my face. So it may not be perfect, it may not be exactly like this, but I'll take you through the steps that helps me to create this. It might even be better, who knows. Let's see what happens. So welcome on board. Okay, so I'm gonna take all this down, and I'll start with my brooch. What I love, this is a bit like my signature tone now with tying the Gele. I really cannot go out with Gele without a brooch. So I'm taking it out. And that's me. Okay, so what's happened here is last time I did the Gele shoot, I had my braids on, and now taking my braids down, and what you can see is my natural afro hair. Again, for people who always wonder what kind of hair I have, this is all my natural hair. So I haven't done anything much to it, just cleaned it and put it in my 2-strand twist, ready for me to style it and do things with it. So nicely tucked away in the wig cap. So let's say you had your hair all underneath, you just put it in your wig cap, so the head tie or the Gele doesn't interfere with it too much. Now the one I'm using today is a very interesting one, very interesting one. Now look at the length of it. It goes really long. The other time I used a fabric called damask. This particular one is exactly like damask, but it's not as, damask is a lot less, like short and all that, but this is extremely long and extremely full. So that's why it's a bit difficult to play with this one, but we're going to give it a lovely go. And then it's very stiff as well. Again, lots of people can't deal with stiff because it gives them problems when they're trying to tie, but for me, I like it when it's a bit stiff because then it sits exactly how I like it. So now we've got that, so I'm going to get started. So what I've done, I've folded a little portion of it, so I fold it in, and so this is the inside out, and this is the lovely look you want to see, and it drops over it. By the way, today's look is about the red and the black, red and white. So this is a white lace, and this is the head tie that's in red, and so I'm going to accessorize lots of red, which is why you can see the necklace I'm wearing and the earring. So now I folded it a bit, and I've pushed out a little hint of the corner to sit like that by the side. So now this is me ready to go with a whole long pole. So I put it over my head. And the shorter version is on the side, the one I pulled out a bit. So I put it on the side. It just goes down and it's held down. So I have my hand around that short side, so it's held down, and then I go over with the long side. This is the short side hanging out here, and then the long side comes. You want to make sure you're focusing on the side that you want to show. And so I take it and I go around it. And this is where the stiffness becomes a problem, because you have to keep pushing it to make sure it's completely going. So now I've gone around twice with the long side. So you went like that. And that's the short side. So both of them are going to come together now. I bring the short and I bring the long. And then I knot it. So the two short bits are knotted. And this is why most times people get someone to help them do it, because it's a bit too much to manipulate. But again, remember the stiffness of this hair tie is not really letting me do much. So I'm going to push it as much as I can. See that? Then I push that in. Okay, so what I'm struggling with here is to make sure I knot it and let it sit firmly. So you see that? It's all sitting firmly now, and what's going to take place next is the styling bit. But first I want to make sure that that part that I knotted is completely knotted. So I've done the first knot, and this is the second knot. I know some people say, why didn't you show me how you knotted? This is the knots. I'm trying my best to knot this, or maybe turn a bit so you see what I'm doing. So this was the first knot, and now the second knot. So you put it together and you really pull tight. As tight as you can. So once you've done that, now the hair tie is all done. The rest is making sure you style it to suit your face. And this is one of my favorite ones for tying the gele. So you push them into layers. I would have wanted this to hold a bit firmly, which I could do with the pin, because the reason it's not holding really firmly is because of the fabric type. It's really stiff, so it doesn't agree to do anything I'm trying to do. But again, thank God there's solutions, and the solution is our pin. Okay, so I've got my pin. You remember the pins we work with. Now they come in our colors as well, so you can always pick and choose colors to suit you. And what I always say is, when you're using pins, be very careful. Yes, so that's held that down. You probably are wondering what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So it's a pack of pins. You can easily get this from shops where they do clothes they sell thread and needle and all of that. Remember, health and safety with this. You don't want these pins touching your scalp or touching your skin. I'm just trying to make sure that this is held down a bit because I don't like it to sit very stiff. So if you find fabrics like this are giving you problem, just get a different type of fabric. There's so many different types of fabrics. So you see how layered, the 1 layer, 2 layer, and you can layer as many times as you like. That's the beauty of this particular design. So see, now I can play with the whole head tie. And this is why I was saying that it may not be exactly what I had before, maybe even better. I'm liking this even better. See that? So you can I really like this. So you can do so many things with it. You can lift. That's the beauty of the stiff type. See how whatever I do, it just sitting in place. It's not flopping over, which is what the soft ones do. They flop whenever you touch them. So while it might be difficult to get them to sit where you want them to sit, the beauty is they can respond to whatever needs you have. Look at that. I really love that. So see how we've achieved our look in seconds. It didn't even take long at all. And you can push it around as well. If you wanted to pull it that way, you can do it. If you wanted to pull it this way, you can do it. Whatever you're thinking to frame your face, you can do different things to frame your face. I like this. I'm not going to stress too much about it because my mirror is really small and I don't want to sit here forever struggling with it. So then you get your brooch. Again, this is where my beauty of brooch comes in. So you see that I actually started with a red brooch, and I realized red is not going to show in the head tie, so here I went getting my silver brooch. I've become an expert at looking for brooch these days. So the reason we're trying all this out again is for you to be inspired and feel free to look as glamorous as you want in your African outfit or your traditional outfit. I went to an event yesterday and it was called the Africa Rising, and if you know me, you know how much I love to hear about my country or my continent, and I was really inspired. So I was excited. I said, yes, when I come back and I show you this, I'll be showing you quite a lot more about my continent and my country. There's a lot about Africa that people don't know about, and I love to be one of those voices that's sending this message. Ooh, my brooch is not sitting well. One of those voices that's sending this message across. Positive message. There's so much positive coming out of Africa right now. And the beauty of that event was speak with your own voice, as in, let's tell the African story from the African voice. Now that made me really happy, because that's something I've always done, telling our story. And I don't want to hear any more negative stories on my continent. Okay, so look at that amazing work. I can't believe I created this in just a few seconds. Now, people sit for hours struggling with this, and I got it in just, oh, I'm so happy with myself, very impressed. So now this is what I've done. I put the brooch on, and obviously I've got the jewelry on, the necklace is on, the earring is on, so I'm going to have the rings and everything, and then I'm going to tie the wrapper, which I'll show you a hint of how I do the tying of the wrapper as well, because those are some of the questions that are coming. And you remember, this is mostly the Yoruba culture in Nigeria, so the Iro and the Buba So the top is called the buba and the wrapper is the hero, and then the Gele being the HEADTIE. So I'm going to show you a complete look, and then of course you accessorize it with whatever color you're looking at. So today my accessories are all in red. So I've got the red shoe, and then okay, the bangles may not necessarily be red, but bangles are always whatever makes you happy. And I got a bit of that in silver. So it's going to be a mixture of silver, white and red. And you're ready to rock your evening or rock your day or go to your party and feel as good and as great as you want to do. Because remember, it's all about glamour. I could be rocking this on the red carpet, and when you see all that amazing things going on in Hollywood and people wearing their lovely evening gowns and red carpet, amazing looks, you could do this if you had the opportunity of being among them. I mean, if I have the opportunity of being there, this is what I will come out with, and people will be like, wow. So it's all about the culture you belong to, the pride of who you are. I have so much pride in being African, and that's why you're going to see so much more. So if you love what we're doing with the fashion, with the jewelry, with the glamour, keep tuned to this channel and you're going to be seeing so much more. There's so many other traditions in Nigeria in particular, and then we're going to now go out into other African countries to bring you more fashion from the various countries. Apparently, from this event I went yesterday, we have 54 countries in Africa. I didn't even know that. It never occurred to me to find out how many countries. 54 countries. So that is amazing. Now imagine 54 different fashion outfits, and not just that, only Nigeria alone, it's so many states. I haven't even brought from the area where I come from, and then the other eastern areas of Nigeria, maybe the Hausa area. So there's so much you're going to be seeing from me when it comes to African fashion. Okay, so carrying on, we finished with the headgear, or the Gele as we say, and you will notice that I've taken it off. So now you just see my wig cap again. It's very easy to do that. Once you've got your headgear properly done, it sits really stiff and it's like a hat. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it back on again when I'm ready to go out. So now you want to dress up and wear the rest of the materials for you ready to go out. Now, things I want you to see, I'm wearing leggings. Now this is because I live in a country that's really cold, and most times that's what we wear anyway. But if you were in a hot country, this is what we normally wear. We wear something called a slip, like an underslip, which I'm not wearing today, but just for you to know that the choices are you can put on your leggings. And so I've got my lovely shoes on. You can see the shoe. Remember, the accessories today is all about the red. So now this is the wrapper. It's really big, most times really long, and this is again where lots of people struggle. How do I take this long thing and wrap around me? That's why they call it wrapper. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Normally, first thing, as a young child being taught by my older ones, my aunties and sisters, is you open your leg wide. Now there's a reason for that, which I'll tell you. And you get the wrapper and you wrap around your waist. When you're doing that, the left hand side should be like a 3/4. So it hasn't gone completely around you, but it's just gone like showing a bit of your right leg. So you put it in there. I'm holding something which I'll tell you about. And then you put the other side across. I'm being mindful of my leggings, so if I wanted it to be a bit shorter, I will pull my leggings a bit higher up. And that's it. So normally I like to pull it a bit tighter. So you see the little bit here. It's a bit like what we did with the headgear as well. And then this side is coming. So I'm pulling it really tightly. And now it's gone over me. So if I had a good pull out on this side, I will easily knot it just like I did with the headgear. So here we go, and then I'll knot it. So normally this is you, and that's the two ends, and then I will bring them together, and then I will knot. But you see how short it is, so it's not going to be able to knot. What I'm going to do, I'll just hang it in there. Big question then becomes, how do you walk around town with that knot properly in place? That's where this comes in. It's like a string, but it's actually made of a cotton fabric. And usually you can tell your tailor or whoever your seamstress is, someone who makes your clothes, to get you a piece of this. So what they do, they use an extra of whatever fabric they have in the shop and create you a string. I have loads of them because I love to keep my wrapper going. So you take that and you tie it around your waist. Now usually you try and get them in the colors of your fabric so that they don't really stick out. So you see how I've knotted it. So now I'm completely all knotted in. What do I do with this? Then I tuck it in so no one sees what I've done. The trick now is, we then take a bit like I was playing with the headgear. You then take bits of it and cover it completely. Nothing is showing, and you do the same at the back. So push it all in. Completely covered. And that's you. Now, once this is all done, you have choices. Most times you have an outfit that's like the one that actually glamorizes the main outfit. So that's where the ashoke normally comes in, which we've done before. So I could have brought an accessories of ashoke that would be red. It usually comes in two pieces, so one will be for the headgear and one is the one you throw, like a scarf. But today I'm not doing ashoke. So normally every outfit, this is the top, that's the wrapper, and then normally comes a headscarf for your complete outfit. So this headscarf is another way, again, not headscarf, just a scarf, is another way of glamorizing your outfit. So I'm nicely folding it, and I could just throw it on my neck. So if I then have the ashoke, I'll also play with it. You could, some people take this same piece and just wrap around their waist to give an illusion. See that? As if they're tying two. So you have the main wrapper, and then you have the scarf just going over it. And I've seen all types. Sometimes they put it straight in front like that, and sometimes they put it on the side. So whatever rocks your boat, you go for it. Again, be mindful of the fabric you're working with, because if it's worn like this, it's a bit stiff, it's not too loose, because it's heavily beaded. There's beads everywhere. And that's my kind of fabric. I love them really heavy. I love them really well, you know, like really, really richly designed. So it's got beads everywhere. So because of that, it doesn't let you do too much with it. So if I was going out now, I definitely would be trying this as a scarf. And just look as elegant as I want to look. So now I'm going to bring the hat and put it on for you to see. Okay, so that's the headgear. Still very stiff and still waiting for me. So now that I took it off, if there was something I wanted to perfect, this is when I would have done it. So I could have moved the pins and put them in the right places. And at the back, if I didn't like the way it looked, I would have moved things around a bit as well. But I don't really want to change anything. And then I just put it on, just like a hat. So when you put it on and you pull it to position And this will take a bit of time for me. And this is why some people actually get it made. Let's say it was your wedding, which I did on my wedding. I didn't type mine, by the way. I'm going to show you some of my images as well. And I went to the shop and they did it for me, and lots of them, depending on the various outfits I wanted to wear. And then I just put it on at the time. Okay, so I put on my hat. I love to call it hat now because I took it on and I took it off, and you can play around with it. And then I'll put on my jewelry, so you can put as much ring as usual as you like. Earring, necklace, bangles, more bangles. The more richly dressed you are in the traditional outfit, the more visible you become, the more people notice what you're doing. And my kind of dressing for the traditional outfit is usually glamour and elegance. I just love to splash when I'm dressed like this. I'm not conservative about it at all. And so if you're one of those people like me and you love the lots of glamour and glitter and bling bling, we're here to help. So if you need anything that I'm wearing and you want to help with it, just email us. You know where we are. So joy@worldofbraiding.com is my email. I also got another email called joyphido@hotmail.com. We'll put it in the description box. And then that's my lovely little purse ready to go out. Again, while I was accessorizing this, I could have gone for red, but I don't have red at the moment, so I decided to just go. Remember, I sell white and silver, so you can play around with colors. It's all down to your sense of style and your sense of fashion, and this is how I love to play with them. So like we keep saying, be proud of who you are, show off who you are, because things like this, it's one of my biggest passion, and that's why I do them with such pride. So don't be apologetic about being yourself. This is who I am. I love the glamour, I love the beauty. We're all beautiful people. Let's really show it off. And then I hope I've been able to inspire somebody with my dressing today, coming from all the responses we're getting, that is helping people, especially for your wedding. Remember I said I'm going to show you what my wedding looked like, and this was like 22 years ago. I've been married. So this was how I dressed. I dressed in white and red, and that was the theme, because if you notice, red is one of my favorite colors, so I love to play with red a lot. So here I am, all finished, and I could have played a bit more with the ashoke and things, but today was really focused on giving you the white. So here we go. And you could also have put that on the hand instead of the shoulder. If you find it's giving you a problem, just put it on the hand. And then there I am. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And follow me on Instagram. It's Joy Phido. I'm going to put some of the pictures there as well. And on Facebook, Joy Phido as well. And then I got the Joy Phido International, where I, you know, advise you on personal development, things to help you, you know, deal with your mind, because it all starts from the mind. If your mind is thinking forward, thinking great thoughts, then great things are going to flow with you. But if it's crowded and feeling sad and depressed and unhappy, then everything around you becomes unhappy. So I like to shake that mind a bit. You know, you feed your mouth, feed your tummy. You need to feed your mind constantly. And that's what I advise people to do, because the more you feed your mind, the more exciting your life becomes. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Convict music.
Maybach music.